back. Now I'm assuming you guys are done with part 1 of my collection video. And now welcome to part 2 of my collection. The showroom. The original man cave that started it all. That helped me create this channel and inspire you guys to adopt this awesome hobby that I love so much. You're going to be seeing a lot of memorable pieces that you guys seen some videos of for those that have been following me for a while. And a lot of these pieces come with stories. A lot of the things that I went through in my life in this new journey, some of them were positive and some of them were negative, but in general, they helped me get through a lot of these things. And that's the reason why I wanted to create this channel. That's the reason why I wanted to share these creations with you guys, because I know a lot of you guys are also going through some of your trials and tribulations, and this hobby helped me get through it, and I'm sure it helped you guys get through some of yours as well. So I'm very proud of this collection, and now I want to share it with you guys. So let's get to it. So let's start off with Stranger Things. These guys are pretty cool. Definitely enjoy the show. Netflix is really killing it with the different series. And this one is super dope because it has a lot of the nostalgic elements from E.T., Stephen King, Star Wars, and I just thought it was really cool, really cool. Like here you can see, this reminds me of like the Star Wars like posters, the way they illustrate them, right? Next up you got here is Peewee's Playhouse. These guys are actually kind of like a re-release because they did make these toys, and Super 7 is taking an attempt at it. Did a great job. I love the cards. When you flip them over, it's actually a background of the Playhouse. Spider-Man, you got Electro, you got Deadpool, Goblin, you got Gwen. A lot of these have open already, so I just enjoy these guys in their cards, so just kept them there. And here you got also some X-Men. Here you got the Grey Beast, Peter Parker, you got Storm, here you got Kingpin. This guy is dope. I didn't open him because I already have Kingpin from the Build-A-Figure version, and it's the same build, just the yellow and the little scarf. Now here are the Playmate Ninja Turtles. And there's a huge trend of just re-releasing these throwback toys, and it's pretty cool to recollect them as an adult. So I got Leo, I got Mikey, I got Raph. I'm missing Donnie. Raph is on the other side of the room. Here you got Dr. Doom. Here you got Moon Knight. I know a lot of you guys are like, why is he in the package? He's gonna be a project, so I just kept him for now in his package. Here you got Ace Ventura. It was a random buy. I thought it was pretty cool. Definitely not really gonna buy the other ones, but it's pretty cool that NECA is, you know, releasing these guys. Now these are throwbacks. You got Gumby, and you got Tom and Jerry back there. Over here, these are some clearance toys that I was lucky to get. I do want to do something, not with this one, not with Squirrel Girl, but the ones down here. Here you got Storm and you got Thunderbird. And then you got Pyro and you got Rogue. With Pyro, I want to do something like the X-Men arcade kind of diorama. It's pretty cool to get this guy. Now in this little cabinet here, you got La Llorona. This little creepy little doll. So I just kept her in there. You stay in there. Creepy. And here you got Thanos. I'm telling you, these like Marvel Legends will re-release the same build with little differences. I already have like 3 Thanos, and this one I thought was really dope, but just kept them in the package. I got actually pretty lazy just to take them out. Old school McFarlane, and this is the thing. This is the actual creature. And I'm so tempted to open him, but I'm not. I'm gonna keep him there. And the reason why I want to open him is because I actually want to do a dial with the thing. NECA is releasing the figures now, and it's pretty cool to do it. And I was like, man, I could just open this guy and do a cool scene with them together. But then over here you got Assassin's Creed. Now I got these two figures over here in the middle added to the collection, and have him attempting to do the leap of faith. And this dial is actually, I think, like my second dial, my third dial maybe. And then the whole idea was to kind of create some type of tablet and then have them all just standing there showing off each version of the Assassin's Creed saga, you know? So, and then you can see him like on a plank, like he's gonna jump. And he got the ball weave. Alright guys, so I'm gonna back up. So I'm gonna show you guys my biggest collection in this room, and that's the Ninja Turtles. Here you got all my Ninja Turtle collection right here. It actually keeps growing and growing and growing. What you see over here, these are the Nickelodeon cartoons from NECA. You got the Turtles in Times. You got Secret of the Ooze from the movie. You got from the first movie. Here you got the 1/4 from the first movie. You also got the Essex Figure Arts in there. You got the original Playmates. You got more of the 1/4 scale from the first movie. Here are some customs, the ones that I made. And then you got the Mutant Tour Turtles. So I'm gonna go over everything. Alright, so what you see here is the Dimension X section. And here we got Scumbag, General Tram, we got Granitor, we got Trisector, Cyrax, Soar, and then you got Technodrome from the original Playmates line. We got the Roadkill, he's right here. In the back, what you see back there, I got the first 3 issues of The Last Ronin. Been reading them. We got the villains, so let's get through it. Here is Anthrax. You got Muckman back there. You got Joe Eyeball behind him. He's right there, like this. And then you got the android body with Krang inside. Dr. Baxter, Rat King, Shredder, Mutant Man. You got another Krang with his robot body there. You got Leatherhead, Rocksteady, and Bebop. You got Ground Chuck, and you got Slash right there. And another Roadkill, and here's little baby Shredder. He wants to get some Chinese food. Alright, the next section is the Channel 6 news. And let's start off with Mr. Burns. He's right there. You got Vernon with the boom mic. You got Irma, April O'Neil, Ace the Duck, and he's over there shooting Catwoman. April O'Neil as Catwoman. It's pretty cool to see that we got these guys. Here you got another Vernon. He's on the camera. And then this is my custom Channel 6 news van. You guys can watch the making of this beauty right here. Oh yeah, right here, what you can see here, this is the badge that comes with the box. And this box is like a building diorama. And it comes with like a t-shirt and more stuff inside. Next up here is the Turtles in Time arcade collection. And here you got the turtles on their hoverboard. And they're ready to battle it out with all these bad guys. How come we got more bad guys than good guys? But over there, you see Dr. Baxter. You got the Foot. You got this Shredder right here is actually very cool. I actually like the way they did this Shredder with this like kind of like force of a hand over here. And then you also have here Leatherhead, and it's literally the same build, just painted differently with different accessories. And then here you got Rocksteady as a pirate. You got Slash. This Slash is dope. His face is what makes this Slash so badass. But yeah, and then here you got another Bebop, and he's a pirate as well. Here you got the disguised turtles battling out with the frogs. Those guys are pretty cool. They even have a little disguise as well. And then here you got Mondo Gecko, and then his partner in crime with the bomb. Then here you got the actual dump truck, and originally I wanted to make a big space where I could have this guy next to the building, so it kind of shows that scene, but space is limited again. So yeah, here you got some trash inside, and you got Shredder's helmet, and you got also Shredder's hand. We're right along. Here we got a battle going on. You got Ninja Turtles battling all these bad guys right here. So from Chrome Dome, you got the Foot, and then the leader of the Foot. Then you got here Wingnut, Screw Loose. You got Dirtbag. There's more. Foot. They got their ass beat, so they're right there. And then you got the Turtles. You got Raphael, Leonardo. You got Michelangelo. You got Donatello. Casey Jones, Master Splinter looking like a little badass, just chilling up there. He's like a little pimp. He got a gold chain. He's like, go get him. And then you got a whole bunch of pizza monsters. They're so cute. They're like, rawr. And then they grow up and they look scary. Yo, NECA is killing it with the cartoon line. Like, they are literally taking all of our money because they're doing such a great, amazing job. Alright, and here are the Essex figures. These guys are really dope, and believe it or not, they're die cast. These guys are made out of metal. So I have them over here, just having a good time. They're sitting on the couch playing the Turtle arcade game. Here you see Leo playing on the actual cabinet, and this cabinet was actually made by Pte2 first. Pretty cool to have one of his original pieces here. Back over here, you got Metalhead, and he's helping Donnie maintain the party wagon, and Donnie's right here. He's working on him with these computers and Nintendo games and all that stuff. So this is the Super Shredder Doc Diorama. You guys can watch this video. There's a lot of detail in this one, a lot of love put into this one. Here you got Shredder down here, looking like a little badass right there. And here are the little turtles. They're like here trying to get on the deck so they could get the ooze. Yeah, here you got like a little bird. He's on the actual column. Look at that with all the bird shit. Have to put him there. Toka and Razor, and you got the turtles, and you could tell on these turtles here I've changed the heads because these guys are from the accessory pack. You got Mikey with spinning the nunchucks, and you got all the different face gestures. Yeah, there you go, Toka and Razor. They're pretty badass. And here you got more packages that I haven't had a chance to open, and you got Rokusaki and you got Matoyoshi. I really want to display these guys, I just don't have any room, so I'm just gonna keep them in the box for now. Here's the BST Turtles, their exclusive box. It has the pizza stain inside, and you got the turtles. And over here, this is the actual accessory pack. It looks just like the movie cover. And I just decided to put it there, kind of like a logo for this section right here. And then you got my 1/4 scale Subway diorama. And here you got Mr. Raph. He's here reading his newspaper. And I have Beetlejuice kind of bugging him. And Raph is like, like just, okay buddy, go away. And then here you got the Foot Soldier. He's here ready to take Raph out. Yeah, that's pretty cool. And then down here I have to include the Gremlins. Here you got Gizmo and his little Rambo outfit. He's gonna take these guys out. Here you got this guy, he's all drunk having a good time. This girl right here, she's trying to have a good time with that little outfit of hers. And this guy right here, he's either trying to holler at her or he's making fun of Raph.
It's a Kodak moment.
Now up here on top, these are the Mirage Turtles, and these are the bootlegs. And how can you tell about their bootlegs? The headbands. The headbands are colored in their exact, I guess, assigned colors, but the actual authentic ones are all in red. But I'll tell you this, these are the best bootlegs I've ever seen. They look just like the NECA ones, it's just the color headbands that are different. So very cool to have in your collection. And over here, these are some cake decorations that my girl and the kids put on top of the cake. So I was like, oh, these are pretty dope. So I added it to the collection. And next up, this portion is my Playmate collection. Some of these I've had since I was little, and some of these I actually have to go and recollect them. And very happy to see them because definitely throws me back when I had them when I was little. And yeah, it's just really cool to see like the evolution of these turtles from this point to where they are today. And then some of these I was never able to get them, I was little, you ain't got no money. So now I'm able to get the ones that I wish I had, and here's the Android body with Krang. And then down here there's a smaller version, but he's missing Little Krang. So if you guys know of one, let me know, because I'm interested. So. And here is my Turtles in Time Dojo diorama, and here, this is a really cool custom project that I did. You should go check out that video if you haven't. And what I did was I modified the actual movie Turtles and gave them samurai outfits, and made this dial inspired by a couple of things, you know, the movie itself and also a video game. And yeah, you guys can watch all the details in that video. And here in the middle, you're like, who is this guy? This is Shubei Kimogame. He is from Ninja Scroll, and he's actually a custom build that I did, and I decided to just put him here amongst the rest of the group. And in the back here you see Master Splinter as the Spirit Splinter. Over here you got my custom comic book turtles, and these are the Nickelodeons from the early 2000s, and I just repainted them. In the black and white look with the red headbands, just to represent the actual comic books. And here you got the Mutagen Tour, and I'm actually very happy that they made these. I really thought they were a joke when I first saw them, and then what a throwback. I completely even forgot about these guys. And in the package, it allows you to kind of create the concert stage, so have them there just rocking it out, having a good time. Next up is the original movie Turtle collection here, and my apologies that there's no dial. There's nothing good here. It's just randomness. And I was playing around here. As you can see, I got both Casey's kind of like fighting all of these foot soldiers, and it's just to kind of represent like him going fast and, you know, just time. One of them is the one from the 2-pack with Raphael, and the other one's the ultimate one. And then what I did with the head, I created Casey in the foot soldier outfit from part 1. Got inspired by Project Piper Custom, so shout out to him. And yeah, here he is with Danny. Little NECA Danny. He's so short, but pretty cool that we have him in the collection. Then back here you got Shredder, and here you got Splinter. He's probably sleeping, knocking out on that couch. Next up, you got my 1/4 scale diorama. And this is actually my officially first diorama that I've ever created and started this channel with. And man, that was 4 years ago. So it's definitely awesome to see where I started and now where I'm at right now. So yeah, these are the 1/4 scales. This is what actually got me back into toy collecting, when NECA released Mikey, and I was like, oh my god, I gotta get him. So here you got Shredder. Now you got Shredder over here. You got Leo ready to fight him. Mikey just, you know, showing off with his skills. Raph and Donnie over here just trading and having a good time. Here you got another Mauser eating some pork rinds, and here's just a collection of just accessories from actual mini toys. These guys are awesome. You got Nintendo cartridges. You got, these are actually McDonald's Happy Meal toys, and they turn into Transformers. You got some laptops, Xbox, more McDonald's, and this is actually the official Nintendo game cartridge from the original Nintendo. And here's the other ref that I was talking about. I have him over here, and I'm missing Donnie. I'll find him soon. Here you got some Hot Wheels of the Party Wagon. And then you got some random turtles. That's actually from the movie from Michael Bay. Just got one. Yeah. And then these are some third party. They're pretty dope. Another set of the Nickelodeon turtle toys from the early 2000s. And what I did is I gave it a repaint. And these guys look tough. Like, these builds are so dope, and like when you get them, they're so plastic and like Fisher Price, and you give them a little repaint, man, you could turn these guys to collector items. So that's what I did with these guys. You guys can watch that video and see how I repaint these guys, and I definitely think you guys should try these. Here in the back, you hear some barrels. I also have a tutorial on that. and I have them all just hanging out together right there. And then here are the actual trading cards of the original cartoon. Here you got the baby turtles, and they're actually 1/4 scale, and they're having a blast, having a little pizza party around the green ooze. And there you got the canister for TGRL, and then back there you got, I believe these were from the early 2000s, and then that Casey Jones is a custom Casey Jones that I started, never really finished it, and I just left him like that. You got some cool Adidas, gave him some Adidas toy. This is the actual, those diecast vehicles, and it's the actual van, and it's dropped like a lowrider, but it's a little hard to see from this angle. And here you got my Mortal Kombat collection, and it's getting crazy. Like, it's not a big space for them. You got you got some Storm collectibles. You got here some of actually the McFarlanes from Mortal Kombat 11, like Shao Kahn. Looks pretty dope in that outfit. You got Katana. This is the some collectible bloody variants of Sub-Zero. You got Scorpion from Part 11. You got Total Kong. You got Raiden. You got Quan Chi. Here's another Katana. Here you got Johnny Cage to the McFarlane. Back there you got the new Mortal Kombat 11 Sub-Zero. And this right here is a bookshelf from I believe it was Mortal Kombat 9 on the Xbox. So it was pretty cool, and it came with that book right there. Yeah. Oh, and over here you got, I call him Evil Raiden. This is from Mortal Kombat 11. Now down here, you know, this is actually the throne room diorama, and I just started having them just kind of just look and watch the fight, and it's just becoming a crazy audience. So let's see, I get everybody here. You got Liu Kang, and actually I customized him by ripping off he had like this vest, and it just didn't look good, so we're ripping it off. It looks now like the original Liu Kang. Here's my custom dragon for the fatality of Liu Kang. And here you got Kung Lao. And then here you got Scorpion, and he is dead. He's done. Here's Raiden from Part 2. You got Sub-Zero, another Total Khan. You have there Scorpion. Let me get a closer look. Here you got Scorpion. There you got Cabal. Here you got Baraka. Crazy looking. Rain, Cyrax. You got Goro. You got another Baraka back there. There's Shao Kahn. He's huge. He's a badass. He's like, go get him. Here you got Ermac. Here you got Smoke, Raiden, Nubusaba. Over there you got Motaro. Yeah, this is Smoke, the actual cyborg version. You got Cyrax back there. And you got another Noob Saibot, and then here you got Sub-Zero from Part 2. It's originally my Street Fighter collection, but it's starting to get mixed or crossover with Kings of Fighter as well, and some Dark Side. You even got some Tekken over there on the left side. So this is actually Eddie from Tekken. I've never heard of this brand, never seen the toy before, and I grabbed him in a second. Very cool. The Vega Diorama from the actual scene where you actually fight Vega from Street Fighter 2. And then you got Chun-Li. Here you got the cartoon series of Street Fighter. And then here you got Chun-Li, it's a statuette. And down here you got both Dans. These are Sota Toys exclusives. Here's one, and then behind this one there's another one. You know, Bison over here taking all the shine over here. But this is Bison with his variant outfit. I actually dig this outfit more than the red one, and I gave him some custom flames. And over here, this is the actual temple diorama. You guys can watch that. It's actually one of my old dials. And here there's a bunch of stuff going on here. You got Evil Ryu and Ken going at it. Back there you got their sensei Goken. You got Ryu just beating the heck out of Sagat. This is the actual signature kind of duel of how he gets his scar. So he's there just doing the Hadouken on him. Here you got Chun-Li with, this is Evil Ken, and she's like slapping him in the face like, boy, don't try to get fresh with me. And then back there you got Akuma, and he's just back there kind of praying. And here you got Dalsim, and this is actually the blue this is from Street Fighter 2 Turbo. That's the variants from it. Ibuki, she's right there, she's always on the rooftops, and there's Ibuki's little partner in crime. And here you got Gaio, look at him, pretty badass. Here you got Zangief, you got Mimi on his shoulder. Here's another statuette of Chun-Li in that sexy outfit. This is actually a statuette that comes with Street Fighter, I believe it was 5. So here you got Cammy in her outfit, that's a statuette. And over there you got Laura, that's my first custom figure. Her boobs are just like falling out of her shirt. Over here you got Blanca. First one's the Essex Figures, and the one back there, the one that's a lot more greener, that's the Sota version of Blanca. So here are all the other Street Fighters. Got them all. You got Mega Man. And here are the King of Fighters from Stone Collectible. Here's Omega Ruga, Lori, Kiyu. Right there, that's Kiyu right there. And here you got Terry Bogard. He's from Fatal Fury. These guys are badass. If you guys collect these, the actual sphere, the power kind of sphere that is Lori's in, that's the build-a figure of that actual collection. You collect them all, you get this sphere. So that's another arcade cabinet of Street Fighter 2, and Prime to the First took care of me on that one. That was pretty dope. And then back there you get the comic books. Got all the comic books. And here's a NECA of Chun-Li. You got E Honda's Bathhouse from Street Fighter 2, and he's here just talking to Dalsim as he's floating. You got this guy's from Darkstalkers, and here you got a Kiyu with Hamaru from Samurai Showdown. Here you got another variants from the Sota line back there. They're fighting. There's another E Honda. And I actually forgot this guy's name, but I'll get it. And then over here, this is Cammy, her with her alternate outfit, and she's fighting Akuma from Street Fighter 5. Now down here, I got my Matrix collection, and man, I'm a huge fan of the movie. The Resurrection was okay. It was cool to see it, a continuation of some kind, or another alternate story of it. But this is the original movie, and this is the reloaded one where Leo is fighting a Merovingi, or just the gang from Merovingi, and it comes with this cool diorama that it's very popular, of some staircase right there. And you got some of the cast from part 1 over here. I forgot the name of this brand over here, but when the Matrix came out, these were the toys, and yeah. Got them almost all, missing like 2 more, Neo and Smith. Where I found out about the toys were really the McFarlane ones. And here you got, Morpheus just sitting on the chair next to the phone. Famous scene. And then you got the machine back. This is from the 3rd movie. Here you got Trinity at the bank scene. And there you got, Will Smith's wife, I forgot her name in the movie, but she's over there just, shooting it up. Smith and Neo kind of exchanging guns from that scene from part 1. There you got Trinity, she's falling from the top of the roof, shooting at the agent. There you got Neo from the bank scene. Here you got Morpheus and the twins. Here you got also Smith and Neo in that last fighting scene in the rain. Oh, makes me want to go watch that movie right now, because that's a badass scene. And here you got Neo stopping a Sentinel in the real world, as he's understanding that he is the one. He is like the last Messiah basically in the movie. These figures are really cool. McFarlane wasn't like just killing it this time. Alright guys, so next up is my Marvel collection. It's getting pretty huge, but let me start off with this bad boy over here, the Sentinel from Hasbro Labs. This guy's humongous, guys. This is the biggest like Sentinel figurine that I have over here, and he's humongous and beautiful. So I just decided to keep him in the center of the whole showroom. So yeah, here you got Old Man Logan, just ripping him a new one on top. And actually this guy lights up. Very cool. Just wish it made noise. You know, the other Sentinel makes noise. I wish this guy made noise, but besides that, it's a beauty. Down here I got from the What If wave, you got the Hydra Mongler, and here you got Captain Carter. And this is actually a Transformer, and I have him just flipping it like in the actual show. Iron Mongler, and here you got Iron Man, and here you got Stan right here, and he's here just holding Tony's heart. But yeah, this toy line is pretty badass, so just have him here randomly right behind the Sentinel. The Sugar Man Build-A-Figure line of Age of Apocalypse. And Sugar Man is actually pretty cool looking. He's crazy. He has like a bunch of arms, huge ass face, and there's Apocalypse holding the skull. And then everybody else is just kind of there. There's, we got Wolverine. This guy's just on the floor, got knocked out. But yep, here's the whole wave. Daredevil and Kingpin. You got Silver Samurai in the back. This Kingpin is badass. He's actually a Build-A-Figure as well. And this is the one I actually like and decided to post him here with Daredevil. Here you got some other Daredevils, Elektra, and Punisher. You got all the big bosses here. You got MODOK back there with his ugly face. Look at him. He's like a big baby. And here you got the smaller version. This is actually for the Nintendo Switch over here, or the Nintendo U, I believe. And then here you got Apocalypse. He's the Build-A-Figure version. He's a badass. He's very tough. And then here you got Magneto. He looks like the one from the actual comic book from Jim Lee. And here you got Mystique. And this Mystique she's very beautiful. Look at her. Very well done. And she's in this really cool kind of like Egyptian outfit. Or she looks like going to a club. Here you got Mr. Sinister. He's really cool looking. They did him really well done, just like in the comic books. Yeah, so these are all kind of like the bosses. Alright, all the way in the top here, we got Dormammu. You got here also Cosmic Ghost Rider. You got the original Ghost Rider. You got back there, you got Groot. You got one of the skulls. And here's a kit mash of Red Skull. And then the cape is actually from Cloak and Dagger. And he's holding the Tesseract. I have to build him. He's like right here by the edge to kind of represent that scene. Alright, this is a really big collection, so I'm gonna go over them in sections. Over here you got, this is X-Men, and they're in Cerebro, so you got everybody from Xavier, you got Cyclops, Wolverine, Colossus, the whole gang, Iceman, Jubilee, Canby, Rogue, a diorama that you see me build in my video just to make Cerebro. Here you got Dark Phoenix, you got Storm. There's more characters in the back. There's another Storm back there. You got also Weapon X and Dazzler. It's just a whole bunch. And just they're all in this section right here. Up here, I consider this more of like the Galaxy type of collection, because you got like Thanos, his Dark Mistress, Galactus, Super Skull, and then you got the Fantastic Fours, both waves. You Doctor Doom. Here's the other wave with Infamous, Doctor Doom, Loki, and then over here is just a mixture of everything. You know, here's Shang-Chi, you know, Gwenpool, Guardian, Beast. Here's like the section of Spider-Man. You know, you got Green Goblin, Dr. Octopus, Mysterio. Here you got Wolverine and Sabret's going at it. Kraven and Black Spider-Man. And over here there's a bunch of battles going on. You got over there, you got Green She-Hulk, the gray one, going at it with the Thing. There's Grey Hulk. There's Omega Red. You got Lizard, Rhino. It's just a lot. Mavic right here with Skullbuster. And over here's most of my Avengers. You got your Vision, and also you got Guardian of the Galaxy, Age of Ultron. There's Ultron right there. You got Thanos. You got Ragnarok, Hulk, Hulkbuster back there, Miss Marvel, Thanos, Captain America, Scarlet Witch. You got Hawkeye. You know, Black Panther. Just everybody's there. You got some comic books in the back, some first issues of Spider-Man's. So yeah, this is like the Avengers section. Then over here we got my X-Force collection, and we got both comic book and movie line. And back there is my custom X-Men arcade cabinet that I created. You go watch that video. And back there you got some more comic books. You got Stan Lee. That's the man right there. Here's some other ones here. You got Iron Man. You got Archangel. You got Stan Lee back there. Surtur. You got this alternate, Beast. And you got Lady Deathstrike. You got the new age of Apocalypse Wolverine. And then you also got Jean Grey. And then you got Nova over here. He's actually a new one. Pretty cool. So here I have another section, and before I get to that section, here's Sauron. He's just gliding here. He's a badass. He's another Build-A-Figure. But over here you got the X Factor group right over here. You got Strong Guy, Multiplying Man, Quicksilver, and the rest of the gang. You got Captain Britain. You got an actual old school 90s X-Men video game. Here is Hulk, the Diamond Select Hulk, and I put the She-Hulk next to him so you guys can see how big he is. The scales are definitely just, look at that, you could tell. Look how big he is. He's humongous. So yeah, he's right. That's that. And then over here you got my symbiote group. You got Carnage and Venom just going at it everywhere. Back over here, there's another, I guess, alternative characters. You also got Spider-Man and Sandman going at it. So alright, so moving right along, here is Rama and a Half. Rama and a Half is an old school anime that I used to watch when I was a little kid. And it's a very interesting anime. Is this guy named Rama or girl. It's kind of hilarious because he's a boy and then you throw hot water and then he turns into a girl. And you throw cold water, he turns into a boy. And it's interesting because everybody in this cast, they turn into something when you throw water. This is Rama's father, and then he turns into a panda bear when you throw water at him. Here's Shampoo right here. She's cute. She's always happy. She's always giving Rama food. And when you wet Shampoo, she turns into a cat. And Shampoo loves Rama. And here you got the pig, and that is Yoga is over here. And here you got a cane, and she actually doesn't turn into anybody. Not that I remember. And this is the house. This is the house that they all hang out and they all like play pranks and eat food. And back here you can see all the comic books. Next anime here is Fist of the Northstar. They're from the early 90s, and man, I used to watch this with Akira. And let's get to it. So here you got a whole bunch of variations of Ken, Ray, you got Rao, you got Jagged, and you got other characters like the princess. And here you got Rao and Ken going at it. They're just going crazy, just beating each other up. And here's some other variants, and these guys are the 1/4 scales over here, and over here these are the like 1/10 scales. Got some other ones in their package. Here's the 199X series mixture with the 200X series, and here's Rao and Ken just sizing each other up here inside the, I guess, the temple. And here you got all his subjects, all the people in both the series and the movie, just all just together socializing and stuff, right? So yeah, pretty cool anime back from the 90s. And next up here you got the Guyver. Here's all the different Guyvers. Guyver 1, Guyver 2, Guyver 3, Guyver 2 female. You got some of the bad guys, and this is that diorama of the Broken Highway. You got another Guyver all the way in the back. He's coming to kick butt. Yeah, you guys saw me showcase this one with Deadpool, and I instead put the Guyver. And here's the next section, and this is my favorite anime of all time, and that is Akira. Now, you saw in my first video that I have Kaneda in the bike in the centerpiece of my office, and this is part of that series, so let me get to it right now and show you guys my collection. So here you got up here is a custom that I created of Tetsuo in the hospital outfit where he's flying, he's going out of control. And then here you got Tetsuo going out of control and his arm is mutating. This one is my favorite, and I have this dial with all the rocks floating because he's just going apeshit. And he is in the stadium, and that's what this dial is, the stadium with the throne. Here you got Akira's remains in jars and that he's laid out. And here you got, this right here is going to be a future project, and this is going to be actually Akira, so I was able to get the body for it. Did a custom of Kane over here. Still need to, work on it a little bit more, but I was able to get the outfit. I started working on the head and gave her the shoes. And yeah, so been working on making a lot of customs for Akira. Over here, you got another custom, and this is actually Kaneda. And this is in his school outfit. He's wearing this pink polo shirt, and I have him in the bike, and this is the one where the bike breaks, and this is the Lego version, so you guys can watch it. Here's another head that I was customizing, guys. I was saying, like, I'm learning how to mold and clone and all that stuff, so definitely it's definitely a good skill to have. So I was able to clone his head so I can make multiple versions of Kaneda, and hopefully in the future more Tetsuo. And here you got Akira. He's coming out of this cryo state, dome, and inside you got the jars. So it's very cool, and I was able to find a copy of him so I could put him inside of this so he could look like he's being born, coming out of it. And here's a life-size version of Akira's jar with his remains. I actually built this one and installed a light so you can see it like this. It's supposed to be kind of like a night lamp, right? Like a lava lamp. Now over here you got Kaneda. This is the McFarlane version of Kaneda, and here he is with the bike. So I built this dial. This is actually probably one of my first couple of dials, and it was just mostly copying the poster. So going top down is the same thing right there, and he's going towards the bike. I was just printed a copy of the background of Tokyo, and here is the Lego version front piece that belongs to this Lego bike right here. Alright guys, and here's the next section here. This is more like my McFarlane section. McFarlane went crazy back in the early 2000s, and he started pushing these guys out, and I was so happy because now we get a Akira in his throne from the graphic novel. Got the leader of the clowns. Here you got Tetsuo with his arm as well, going crazy. You could swap it with the metal one. Here you got Kaneda and his bike. Over here you got some small statuettes that represent scenes from the movie, and they're very cool because they're definitely they show a lot more characters and a lot more scenes. And you see back there you got the graphic novel, you got the comic books, you got the movie poster, and you got even some mini Lego figures. So yeah, so this is the Akira section. Alright guys, and here you got my Trigun section. I built the diorama, you can watch that video, and it's basically a desert terrain because this anime, they're in the desert. And it's kind of like a cowboy Wild Wild West mixed with like metal, and it's really cool. And we can start off in the back with Monef the Gal. You got Vasha Stampede, both in black and red. You got Meryl Strife. You got also Giselle the Peacemaker and Nick D. Wolfwood right here. These guys are really cool, and man, these guys are throwbacks. Now they're throwbacks. I can't believe they're throwbacks now, but yeah, this is a great series to watch, guys, if you're into anime. Alright, guys, so this is like my miscellaneous section. These guys are just kind of just mashed up all together here. You got some old school classics. You got Appleseed back there. You got also Vampire Hunter D, Ghost in the Shell. Other that, you know, probably forgot some of the names of these guys. Here you got actually Tron. This is Disney line right here. Here you got JoJo Bizarre Adventures. And here you got One Punch Man. So, don't really know what to do with these guys. I wish I had more space to kind of give these guys their respective dials. So for now, they're just kind of here together in a group. Alright guys, here is my Terminator section. And it's mainly Terminator 2, but you'll also see Terminator 1 in here. And then also Terminator 3. But Terminator 2 is my favorite one. And here you see Arnold on his bike. Just looking like a badass. Here you got some of the T-800s all lined up. Here I got this seamless male figure, and it's supposed to be him. You know, when he's born, or when he travels, he's naked and he comes in a dome. And then here are a whole bunch of like skulls, and this is gonna be for a future dial for a Terminator. And back here you can see the black tow truck from part 2. You guys can watch that video. Up here I got some McFarlanes of the T1000, and here you got the T800 battling it out. He's all busted up. Here you got Sarah Connor. Oh, back here you also got John Connor's bike, but right now John Connor's, he's in another part of my collection, and I'll show you guys where he's at later on. Over here you got a mixture of part 1 and part 2. Here you got Arnold when he's in the police station. Here you got him in the club. Here you got Kreese, the father, and then you got the T1000 on silver when he gets all frozen up. He's back there on the actual police bike. Over there you see now is more of the classic reboots, and then you got the video game one, and then over there is the part 3 where he's battling it out on the scene with the helicopter with the female robot. And then here's Arnold in the part 2 section where he's just ripping it against all the cops in part 2. Alright guys, and here's my other Spawn collection. I wish I could put them all together side by side, so I'm gonna have to rearrange some of this collection. But for now I have them right here separated, and this is the classic Spawns. These are from the early 2000s, and you got different variations from even Mad Max. You got also Spawn, you got Viper Spawn, you got Christmas Spawn, you got the Clown, you got Sam and Twitch, and you got other variations of Spawns here. Now over here, these are the raw 10s that McFarlane is pushing out. These guys are actually very affordable, and really the real reason why I got them, because I was like, damn, it's so cheap and they're so cool. And if you read Spawn, this is Cygor, you got Reptor, you got Frenzy, and you got also, I believe, I forgot the name of the snake, but yeah, this is from their comic book, and they're pretty cool and actually very cheap, and definitely the sculpt is beautiful, so why not, right? Alright, so here are my Transformer collection, and let's start off with the Power of Prime series. You got Optimus Prime right there, looking all badass. I did a repaint on him. I went crazy and started repainting them all. So giving them their weathering and just giving them their washes just to make them look a little bit more rough. And then here you got on this side, you got Soundwave, and here you got Starscream, and here you got, you know, Megatron. And these are just inspired from the cartoon, so definitely kept these guys together in this section. And over here, guys, you got the Autobots from Michael Bay's movie, and here you got the Decepticons as well. Now, there's a little mixtures here as well, because it's not just Michael Bay's movie. But you got the recent Bumblebee. So here's Bumblebee and here's Optimus Prime from the Bumblebee movie. This is just a third party. This is a Honda Civic 2008. This is my old car, and it's a Transformer as well. Here you got another Bumblebee, and here you got some Gundams. You know, they're all kind of robots, so I was like, let me put them together over here. So, and then over here you got the Decepticons. So you got Megatron, Starscream, Barricade, and others. So yeah, pretty cool. Alright guys, and next up is my Beavis and Butthead collection. Check out my dial, you watch it in my channel, and here you got Beavis and Butthead watching TV like always, inside of a TV diorama. Here you got Beavis saying the Great Cornholio, and in the back you got some comic books, and the new Super 7 of Beavis and Butthead at the place that they work at. The Crow section, and it's also the Lee section because you got his father Bruce Lee here, and this one over here is a Storm collectible one, and he got here with the beard, and then over here you got him looking all young. But for those that don't know, Bruce Lee's son is Brandon Lee, and Brandon Lee is known for The Crow. And here's the apartment diorama that, man, this is like a work of art to me. Like, I actually look at this one and I'm like, wow, I can't believe I built this guy. But I really love was how realistic the window looks. It's almost poetic, and you can see the transition of him turning into the Crow. Up here you got the NECA 1/4 scale. You got the 1/6 scale from McFarlane. This is a McFarlane 1/12 scale. And in the back you see the rooftop diorama where Brandon is fighting the last guy on top of the church. Here you got the Diamond Select version of the Crow. And then here you got the Cult Classic from NECA where he puts the Crow symbol in fire on the floor. So yeah, this collection is very, very dear to me because it's just, I couldn't believe I'm able to get all these figures all in one place. And it took some time to get it to this point. Alright guys, next up, this is my horror collection, and it's a lot. Very proud of it. So let's get to it, and let's start from the top. Alright guys, here you got my Inferno Parade collection from McFarlane. These guys are classics, and I built a diorama inspired by the American Horror Story Freak Show series. So it's a circus, they're a Inferno Parade, they're real unique, they're very, interesting looking characters, a bit scary, but they're doing a whole bunch of circus acts. You got some freak show characters, you got some beautiful ladies getting stabbed by swords, swallowing swords, you got these little freaky guys inside jars. So I wanted to give it a scene, kind of like the American Horror Story TV show. Next up is my Texas Chainsaw Massacre collection. Got 2 shelves, and so let's start from the top. And here you got the 1/4 scale from McFarlane. This guy's beautiful. It makes noise as well. It's motion activated. Back here you got the mask from the recent movie. Here you got the actual horror tunes from NECA. And then back here you got from the movie line, this is a 1/6 scale that comes with a diorama. I think it's pretty cool. And over here you got the Amigos version of Leatherface. And then over here you got a soft toy from the second movie. And here he is with a different outfit. And down here you can see my diorama from the house where he goes in and he opens that door and he takes his victims and he kills them. Here you got Jessica Biel running away from him, and she actually comes from this diorama over here where it's the kind of like the meat locker or the butcher shop, but I put her right here as she's getting chased by him. Down here you see a Lego version of him, and he's so cute. Here's the movie Maniac signage. Here is Paul in his wheelchair, and here you got Leatherface from the first movie where he's running after the girl after she gets into the car. And again, here's the diorama from the Jessica Biel version. And here is my Guillermo del Toro section, and it's mostly Pan Labyrinth and Devil's Backbone and Shape of Water. And because it's a labyrinth, I threw in the Labyrinth, the dance magic Jarvis character. I put him right in there amongst these guys. So here you got Amphibian Man chained up, and you got his eggs there. Looks like he's mad because someone took his eggs. That's what I always say whenever I see this. It's just like, he's like, who took my eggs? That's kind of what I always see when I look at that. Here you got the little boy from The Devil's Backbone. Here you got Ophelia, and she comes with little fairies that are on top of this table here eating all the food with Mr. Pale Man. And then back here you got the old Fawn, and then here you got Mr. Dance Magic Jareth. So this is that collection, and the only one that I'm actually missing is actually Guillermo del Toro. They actually have an action figure of him, and I want to actually add him to this collection. And now this section is a McFarlane section of Movie Maniacs and Monsters. So also Twisted Fairy Tales. So let's start off with the first one, and here you got Darkness from Legend. This is a classic movie, and I built this dial a while back and really never gave it attention, never put it up there, but just was practicing with bricks when I was learning and gave this guy a dial. Now here you got the monsters, here you got the mummy, and then over here you got the Viking. Back there you got Jack the Ripper, and then here you got the Tooth Fairy. She's creepy, and actually I used her to do Samara for the ring. Now down here, this is a Twisted Fairy Tale. You got Humpty Dumpty, you got Miss Muffet, you got Little Red Riding Hood, Peter Pumpkin Eater, Hansel and Gretel as well. So these are old school. These guys are like from probably 99. So these guys are very old school, and glad I still have them in my collection. Alright guys, and this is the Halloween section, and everything here is Halloween except for Mr. Darkman over there, but didn't know where to put him, so welcome to this section. But everything here is Halloween related, so let's start off with the soft toys of Halloween 2. It's right there, pretty badass, and beautiful just illustrations on the actual card itself. Here you got Lauren and Dr. Loomis, and they're also soft toys. They did a great job with her, with Lauren. She looks great. Now here you got Loomis older, because this is from the recent movie from Halloween. So there you got both Michael Myers and Lauren. And over here you got Michael Myers from Halloween Kills. His face is burnt in this version. And then here you got the Horror Tunes, you got Michael Myers, and here you got the little Trick or Treat character. Now the other characters are I actually have them, but they're in the Freddy diorama in the gallery. And then also the kids from Halloween 3. Alright guys, and here is my Twisted Land of Oz. This is McFarlane again with his craziness. I love it. Here's Dorothy with little S&M thing going on here with this weird guy just grabbing her like a dog. And you got Toto. He's scary, and there's this guy here riding him. Here you got Mr. Wizard and his little sidekick over there. You got the Tin Man. You got the Lion. And here you got the Scarecrow. And I made this dial kind of like a scary woods. And there's the Yellow Brick Road, and in the back there you can see the moon. Pretty cool collection. Alright guys, and here is my Predator versus Alien section. And it's really just either Predator versus Alien, and you just got a mixture of everything. So let's start from left to right, and here you got the Predator that kills all the predators, the super predator here. This guy is just ripped off a predator's head, and he comes and he's the hunter. He hunts other predators. Here's from this is actually from Alien vs Predator, And then here you got the dog alien. And here you got some of the characters from the original Alien movie where they're astronauts in their astronaut suits. And here you got more aliens. The leader, and here you got the hybrid where now the alien the predator dies and the alien comes out of him to create a hybrid. And then you end up getting this little baby right here. And here you got Alien versus Predator. This dial is from McFarlane. I'm just gonna added it to my dial. Here you got the, I think it's like the albino. I forgot the name of this one, but it looks like an albino version of the Predator. But yep, kind of have him coming out, sneaking out in this section right here. And here you got the general, the leader, and here you got this is the alien that's from the Resurrection that Ripley kind of creates like a hybrid. So she got this weird human face, and it's pretty big. It's pretty big. So yeah, that's from the Resurrection. You got more of Alien versus Predator over here, and here you got like a mummified body, and then here you got Ripley in her astronaut suit, and you got the other cast members as well. So it just looks like they're just joining the fun, guys. And here's the next section. I'm just calling them the weirdos because there's a bunch of weirdos in here. So let's start off with Nosferatu. Here he is from the Toon Terrors. Here you got the Mummy. Back there you got the Puppet Masters. Here you got Crooked Man. You got Creep Show. You got the Nun. More Creep Show. Annabelle back there. You got the Reanimator, and then you got here the Exorcism. Next up, this is my Pennywise It Collection, guys. Oh, this collection grew tremendously. So yeah, this is the dial, guys. You guys remember that I think I got really popular off of this dial. Is what got me on the map, and it was just a sewer diorama where he's getting Billy, and his arm is ripped off, and then he's no longer found. And there's his little paper boat, and then there's Pennywise over here from the recent movie, and here's the old movie, and then here you got a different variation with the scary face. Look at that. That guy is creepy. Look at those arms. So yeah, started collecting all the different variants of them, and here you got the exclusive from San Diego Comic-Con where he's kind of just in black and white drawn. Here you got from part 2, you got the bar stabbed through his eye. Here's more of the Toon Terrors. Here's another one of the Toon Terrors, and then here's some of the Legos. Here are the Legos, they're super cute. And then here is the other dial. This is the Funhouse Maze. Oh, this one was fun. This was definitely stepping out of the box using mirrors. And there you go. Who do you recognize in there? There's John Connors. That's why he's missing in my Terminator collection, because he's over here. And look what you get for playing in the mirror. Now he's gonna kill you. Oh yeah, I forgot about these guys over here. Another variants, they're smaller, and that's where I got Billy. Okay, so here is another just mashup collection of a whole bunch of different horror classics, and let's start off from left to right. And here you got Toxic Avenger. This guy is rare, and I couldn't believe that I found them for dirt cheap. Somebody just did not understand what they had right there, but now it's mine. Then back here you got Scream, you got Ghostface, so different variants. The soft toy, the actual ultimate with the different masks. This is the McFarlane version, and here you got the Toon Terrors as well. In the back you got They Live. Here the newscast, and then there you got Roddy Piper. Yep. And then over here you also got Avera. Here you got Chucky and his wife. Here's Chucky as well, another Chucky. And here you got Beetlejuice.
You got Beetlejuice. In the back, you got Victor Crawley for both the Toon Terror and the soft toy over here. So, it's just a mixture of just a whole bunch of horror characters. Here's my Hellraiser collection Pinhead. So, you see here in the back, this is the original diorama from McFarlane. And, yeah, I haven't opened it. And you got all the characters inside. It's a pretty cool diorama, but I found out with the condition that I have it, this guy is a gold mine. So I'm keeping him a little bit longer before I ever get rid of it. But yeah, here is Pinhead, the ultimate Pinhead, and here you got the Toon Terror Pinhead. So it's pretty cool. They all look pretty serious right there, right?
Here is my Freddy collection. It's probably the second biggest in this collection, and you can see over here all of this is Freddy, and then you start getting a mixture of Freddy versus Jason over here. So there's starting to be a transition over here. So top section has mostly my 1/4 scales and other things. So here is this is like that worm from part 3. There you go, Freddy coming out. This is actually pretty creepy and disgusting looking. There you go, you got Freddy, then you got the Freddy Mad Ball. You got some soft toys, you got some duplicates from part 2. Here is the die cast from Hollywood Rides of Freddy's catalog. That was a pretty cool one. Over here is the NECA 1/4 scale. You got the one from part 3, you got the one from part 2. And he's just creepy the way he looks right here because he has those big eye sockets, and this one he has the cross with the souls on his chest. So yeah, those are the 1/4 scale. This is my actual Freddy Claw. This is a real glove, had it custom made, very sharp, and it's part of my costume whenever I dress like him for Halloween. In the back you got the Migos, and here you got my costume. Inside there you got my dentures, you got his clothes, and this is a dark side mask. If you guys know who I'm talking about, go check him out. Dark Side, he makes the best Freddy masks in the industry, and I'm able to get one. And I've been rocking this guy for the past 4 years for Halloween. This guy is amazing. Here's the fedora, also got it custom made, so this whole thing is all custom made. So moving right along, here you got the McFarlane 1/4 scale. Here you got the Masco 1/6 scale. Comes with this little guy right here. From this actually like the puppet master of Freddy. And then here you got a cute little pop toy of Freddy. It's not a pop toy specifically, but it looks like a pop toy. Then here you got the new Nightmare Freddy with the bone claws. And then you got here this custom phone that I created. You can go watch it on my channel. There you got another Mezco of Freddy right here. A Bashajo statuette of Freddy. Here are the Bashajos of Freddy as female, and here's Freddy versus Jason as females by Bashajo. So these are pretty sexy, pretty hot. I've seen a lot of girls do crossplay of these characters, and it's pretty cool to have in my collection. There you got a hot toy of Freddy from Freddy vs. Jason as the double character. In the back you see also Jason, and you see Freddy's claw holding Jason's mask. In the back you got the living doll Freddy, and makes sounds. We got plush toys, we got socks, and back there you got a bobblehead. Here you got my soft toys, my soft claws figurines. These are all from NECA mostly. This is from the Amigos one. Decided to put this one here. My boy Jose got me this one, so definitely very happy to have in my collection. Here you got Freddy from Nightmare on Elm Street 2. You got Nightmare on Elm Street 3 with a tuxedo. Here you got from, I believe, part 4 with the souls, part 1. The surgery outfit. Super Freddy from, I believe it was part 4. Here you got the chef version, and here you got the actual NES version, and then you got the new Nightmare version. So you got a mixture of
all of them. And then here are just all the heads. I put them on their little stands just to have all the different variants. Here's some of the accessories that come with these figurines. So I just thought to just kind of hang them like trophies. Alright guys, and here is my furnace diorama. And I have a mixture of characters all in here so that I can create Nancy in her bathtub dreaming. Can you imagine her dreaming, just seeing a bunch of creepy Freddys all surrounded by her? So yeah, that's the whole point of this right here. Before he becomes Freddy Krueger, and here you got the reboot version of that character. And then here you got McFarlane Freddy. Then you got the different variants, the one with the needles. You got the devil character from the New Nightmare, the Chef. You got part 1, you got part 4. Here you got him in the tux with this lady's head. Here you got him in the surgery outfit. There he is with the long arms from the original movie. And then here you got, from my favorite Freddy is from part 2, is because he actually is scary looking in that one. And he has claws coming out of his fingernails, not out of a glove. And then back here you got the reboot of Freddy Krueger. And there you got the furnace right inside. So there's a mixture of everyone in one location of the furnace. So it was pretty cool to have all these guys together. And here you got my recent dial, and that's where Nancy's sleeping and Freddy comes out of the wall. Go check out that video. Here's the recent Mesco of Freddy from part 1. He's very cool, and the articulation is actually very amazing. Primetime Freddy, this is where he's grabbing the girl from the insane asylum, and it's like, welcome to prime time, bitch. And there he is right there coming out of the TV. Here you got Deborah when she's working out, and then she turns into a cockroach. Here's the Tomb Terrors. Here you got Freddy with all those souls coming out, and they're basically attacking him. Here you got all the New Nightmare Freddy. And then you got the arcade Freddy, because he's there playing with his power glove. And he's like, are you playing with power? So here in this section, you're going to be seeing more Freddy, but you're going to see Jason. So I have him kind of like evil versus evil kind of thing going on here. So here you got the arcade versions right here from the Nintendo. Here you got the McFarlanes. You know, Jason Goes to Hell, and you got the McFarlane Freddy. Here you got the Pop Toys. You know, like again, I keep them side by side as like a dynamic duo. And then here you got the San Diego Comic-Con, where he is in black and white before he turns into Super Shredder. So there's that. And then you got here little Freddy over here, and then you got more of those 8-bit version of Freddy and Jason. Here you got the bobbleheads of Freddy versus Jason, and here is the dial of Freddy versus Jason. And this one is from NECA, and it's really rare. It's hard to find. If you're able to find it, jump on it. And then back here you start seeing Jason, hung underwater. Here you got Jason from Jason versus Freddy, or Freddy versus Jason. Here he is with the red mask, and he's holding, I don't know if you can see, but he's holding the doll, a little bear. And then this is the recent one from, I believe it was part 3. This guy is badass. And then here you got the reboot of Friday the 13th. And he has long hair, and he's all bulky like he works out. Here's the Toon Terrors. And then over here you can see there's this Savage World version of like, kind of like where like Master of the Universe kind of build were from like the 80s toys. So they did one of Jason, and then they did one of Freddy. So here I got some randoms, and this is from Migos. Here you got Teen Wolf, and then here you got Candyman, the soft cloth version of Candyman. Again, I don't have much space anymore, so I'm just trying to get them to fit. And here you got Nick Ash, and this is from the Evil Dead Part 2, Dead by Dawn, and this guy is pretty freaking cool. So
Hopefully I'll be able to make some space for Ash so that I can make a really cool dial for him. And then finally, you got Ash here from the Toon Terrors. And here you got more Migos, and here is Pennywise. And finally, we're in the last piece of my collection, and here's my Super Mario Brothers collection. I made these pipes right here, and I started just hanging each character on top of the pipes. So you got Donkey Kong, you got Yoshi, you got Toad, you got Mario, you got Luigi, and you got the weird, I guess, pot plant, I guess that's what you call it. And I have it on this shelf that looks like clouds. So here you go, guys. Here is the showroom, the original collection that started it all. And I'm just, wow, this is a lot of toys, a lot of dioramas, a lot of amazingness in here. And I really didn't realize it until I started recording this video. And I was like, damn, there's a lot of stuff in here. So for those that stuck it out and watched it through, thank you guys. You guys rock. And for everyone that subscribes and supports and reaches out and engages with me, thank you as well, because you guys are amazing and you guys really encourage me to keep doing this. And again, it's not just for you guys. I love this hobby. This is something that I do all day. I'm like a mad scientist trying to create things all the time. So, but I'm just very grateful that I'm able to inspire and share my knowledge with everybody around the world that's into this hobby and this community. So thank you guys for all the love, for the support, for the likes, the subscriptions, everything. You guys rock. So, but guys, I want to cut this video short. So I want to say thank you. Hit that like button. Write a comment if you have a comment. If you haven't subscribed, hit subscribe. And guys, I'll see you guys later. Peace.